Mental health in Kenya is, not only in Kenya, globally, it's a big issue for two reasons. One is it's an area that hasn't been invested in a lot in the health sector because it is a silent killer. People don't see it until somebody decides to jump over a building or take a rope and kill themselves. Then people realize that the person is actually not okay.
Now, let's take a look at Kenya. More Kenyans committed suicide last year compared to 2016. An overwhelming majority of the victims were men. Some 421 suicides were reported to police nationally in 2017 compared to 302 in 2016, according to the 2018 Economic Survey. The survey by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics found that in Kenya, men are more likely to take their own lives than women. Depression has been identified as the greatest cause of suicides in Kenya, beating violent relationships and other related abuses. This is according to the 2018 report by World Health Organization.
Just looking at the trend, so we did a trend in Nyeri, Kirinyaga and Murang'a. And we realized that most of them are young couples. You know how vijana wako na mtoto mmoja wawili, you get a man, gets stressed, then they decide to choma the house and choma together with. And there were very high cases of that in Murang'a and in Nyeri. Yeah? And actually the police command, I remember the one for Nyeri told us, you know, these things, it's these young people who really, and he said it casually, it's these young people who just don't know how to solve issues. You fight about a small thing. Your husband, you found him with another lady. Why do you fight? Then you kill everybody. And you know, that shows something. Our parents, they would not fight about such things, for example. You would sit down and talk. Mulete wazee, watu waongee, you know, those kinds of things.
According to the report, thousands attempt to kill themselves annually in what is always blamed on depression. The report also shows that Kenya was ranked 6th with the highest number of depression cases among African countries. Recent estimates from the World Health Organization show that over 300 million people around the world are depressed. Kenya, not an exemption of this global picture, has about 1.9 million cases. It's ranked 5th after South Africa, which has 2.4 million cases, DRC with 2.9 million cases, Ethiopia has 4.5 million cases, and Nigeria with a mind-boggling 7.1 million cases.
The world now is a world of solitude, is a world of people being very individualistic. So there's a lot of people who are suffering within, but they don't know who to talk to. They don't know who to turn to. There's also a lot of issues around, you know, lives that are not very active. There's a lot of social media, leaning on social media as opposed to going out there and interact.
The 1.9 million figure in Kenya may not only be reflective of the diagnosed hospital cases. On the other hand, what might be missing and therefore underreported is the proportion of the individualism, the community who are depressed but not seeking any help from because of various reasons.
Mental health really boils down to the overall well-being of the individual. It's around if you're doing exercise, are you walking, are you talking to somebody, are you eating well?
On top of this list of stigma, many still shy off, rather, from seeking help because of fear of being branded mentally ill by the community. A study looking at this menace among university students in Kenya reported that out of 923 students sampled, 35.7% and 5.6% had moderate depressive symptoms and severe depression respectively, and this was significantly associated with the year of study, economic deprivation and academic performance, unemployment among others. It was estimated that about 40% of people seeking outpatient services in local health facilities had a treatable mental illness, but most end up being misguided. Some of the signs of depression are loss of interest in things you like, feelings of guilt or hopelessness, feeling tired all the time, insomnia, anxiety, want to be alone, self-destructive behavior, and suicidal thoughts. Finally, mental health is just as important as physical health. Take care of yourself. If you're struggling, please talk to someone about it and don't keep it inside.
I would say there are different channels you can do this. From the Kenya Red Cross, we have a 24-hour telecounseling service where you can call the toll-free number 1199 and you're able to talk to professional counselors who can listen to you, just get your story and give you professional advice or professional support if you need it, and you don't have to hide away.